It's that time of the year and that time of the day as the Nungambakkam Tennis Centre in Chennai gets set to showcase some of the finest tennis there is to see in the world. Another hot and humid day here in Chennai, but welcome to our coverage of Day 5, which is traditionally quarter-final day at the 2013 Chennai Open. In the singles draw, things are marching along quite well. When the doubles, of course, for the local content, quite disappointing. Let's just check on those results at the bottom first. Bopana, big favourite here, playing with Rajiv Ram this year, went down to Paire and Wawrinka. And later, Mahesh Bhupathi and Daniel Nesta, the top seeds, also out of the tournament. Klaasen and Monroe, just fabulous on the day. Cilic, though, went through against Stakhovsky, typically in 3. And Tomas Berdych against Somdev Devarman was just too good. That, of course, brings us to introduce the man to my right, who will give us words of wisdom. Vijay, great to have you here. But, you know, if you talk about that Somdev and Tomas Berdych match, I mean, my heart went out to Somdev. I know he's coming back after a long injury layoff, but Tomas Berdych, different level.
Yeah, but
wow.
as he himself said, I think Somdev said it after his match in the press conference, it wouldn't have mattered how he played. It was just that the fact remains that this guy is a comfortable top 10 player. He has a winning record against Roger Federer. He knows what it is to beat the top guys. So when he comes out here and gets started and plays as well as he did, you know, maybe marginally slow for him in that first set. But at the end of the day, the second set, he was absolutely awesome. There was very little Som could do to actually hurt Berdych there, so I think it was him all the way in this match. It was his match to win or lose.
Yeah, I mean, it was the first of the year, and therefore the first of the season, as Tomas Berdych said. Anything could happen, but just the power of both the flanks and the fact that it was a better all-court game now, is that a possibility?
Well, he's big, he's strong, he's physical, he can overpower you, and Som doesn't do quite enough from the back of the court to be able to hurt a Berdych. You know, he doesn't serve as well, he doesn't quite hit the ball as hard as Berdych does from the back of the court, as consistent. Berdych, for a big man, also moves and covers the court very well. If you notice, normally we question a tall man, 6'5", 6'6", whether he can actually cover the court, but Berdych does a remarkable job covering the court as well.
Well, he was fabulous yesterday. What's happening in the doubles, though? Because, I mean, experience should be over youth, but not the case, because, I mean, some of the best players in the world no longer in the draw.
Yes, and
that's
again,
Bopana and Ram earlier.
Yes, that was a little disappointing because they did win the first set 6-love, which was just an incredible scoreline for the first set. But again, you know, when you talk about players like Wawrinka and Paire, who actually played together here, I think for the first time, if I'm not mistaken, coming through against Ram and Bopana. Now, clearly, they're not here to play as much doubles. They're here to play. Wawrinka is here to win the singles. And, you know, he's playing doubles literally to be able to give himself a chance to play himself into the singles, which is what doubles helps for the singles guys to play. So they're much more loose. As you saw in that first set, they didn't care. It was 6-love.
Yeah, they're smiling through everything.
And they're smiling through everything. So then they came back to be able to pull it out. But the tiebreaker in the third set tiebreaker rather, the champion tiebreaker, I don't think Ram and Bopana really kind of pulled it together.
Yeah, no, it was strange. 10-1.
Great pity.
They went down. Yeah,
great pity.
And they're looking like rabbits in the, you know, the floodlights.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, let's also talk about our top seeds. Now, we expected better from them. Certainly a lot of local interest supporting Mahesh Bhupathi. We know he's playing with another partner this year, but of course, it's a fabulous partner between them. 131 titles, but the athleticism of the other two.
Yes, again, you're talking about youth over experience here, and again, I feel that it's just an opinion, but Mahesh and Daniel would have to play a little bit together and be a lot more aggressive and physical on the court if they're going to try to pull this one out. Now, Lester, at the end of the day, is 40 years of age. You know, even though you're only covering half the court at best in doubles, as is Mahesh, who's also, you know, pushing closer to 40, I think it becomes difficult to play quick young guys like a Klaasen and Monroe, who their noses were literally touching the net as they were covering the court, and they were high-fiving and fist-pumping and all of that. So I think the adrenaline was so much more for the younger guys that they actually kind of overpowered these two.
Well, of course, it's only the start of the season. We do wish Mahesh Bhupathi and Daniel Nesta the very best, but also watch out for Klaasen and Monroe. What about today, the quarter-final day? Here's a quick look at the lineup on centre court. We begin with Cilic and Paire, and Soeda takes on Tipsarevic. This could be a long one, he said.
Yes.
Tomas Berdych against Bautista Agut, who's on the court right now practicing. What about the three singles?
Well, again, I think
the
match to watch out here is going to be the Tipsarevic-Soeda match, and it remains to be seen how much the way they had left in the tank. Obviously, that long match against Prakash, even though he had a day off, will tell a bit against him. But Tipsarevic and Soweta played I think they played a good match last year, if memory serves me correctly, in the semi-final. So I think this is going to be a repeat of that match.
Which is probably
a tight match. A very tight match, yes.
And of course, there is doubles interest as well, as Somdev Varman partners Tarkovsky against his opponents, and they, if they go through, will keep the Indian interest alive. But Vijay, thank you so much for joining us in this hot and humid evening here in Chennai. Imagine the players are on court. But let's just remind you that when we come back after this very short break, we will take you to match number 1 on centre court, and that, of course, is going to pitch Cilic against his opponent today. So we'll just carry on then.
Yes,
it's all right.
Get
out of the sunlight. We deserve it. But thanks so much for joining us. It's quarter-final day, and we welcome your company here at the 2013 Aircel Chennai Open.
Marin CILIC, Benoit PAIRE, that's our first match on day 5 of the Aircel Chennai Open 2013. Charu Sharma and I in the commentary position here at the Nungambakkam Tennis Stadium Centre Court as we see Marin CILIC walk out first. This man, a 2-time winner here, 2009 and 2010. And up against Benoit PAIRE, who's had a very good tournament so far, winning 2 matches, but a very impressive performance in beating Dudi Sela 6-1, 6-love in the second round. So a lot to be said for this young man.
Well, yeah, he's jumped in the rankings as one can expect from his 2012 performance, but a nice guard of honor as they walked in today. That's something new. I haven't seen that before. But Cilic, of course, still very young. Won his first title when he was still a teenager, only 19, and some might say that he hasn't done as much as he could have thereafter, although he's a regular top 20 player now for quite a few years. I wonder if he's still strong enough, but despite being 6'6", he stays low on the court, covers it well, and I wonder if Benoit PAIRE can come up with something new today to try and disturb our 2-time winner here at the Aircel Chennai Open, 2009 when he beat the local hope and favourite Somdev Varman, and again in 2010. Well, luckily, by the time our action begins on centre court, the sun usually goes behind the stands on the east, on the west, I beg your pardon, and at least the court doesn't have any more sunlight, although there is a bit of light on the east stands. Plenty of interest, as always, in the Aircel Chennai Open, the only ATP Tour event in South Asia, and of course run very well, award-winning tournament. People of all ages come and enjoy some of the finest tennis action there is. Yeah, you want to keep the hydration up, young men. Go for a swig. Well, out on centre court, just easy, languid proceedings to begin with. Of course, it's all going to get very hot and bothered soon.
So the toss here being done by 2 winners of a contest held by Vijay Shanti Builders, who had a wonderful party the other night at the Park Hotel. Very enjoyable. Delighted to attend that event. Vijay Shanti Builders one of the sponsors as well at this year's Aircel Chennai Open.
And of course, the tagline being, if you need a budget home, talk to us. So I suppose you won't be talking to them.
Ouch!
Within 25. Right? Any questions? Okay, working? Net machine? Benoit, head or tail? Sets.
Benoit calls,
Head.
and CILIC wins, for whatever it's worth. So there we go, quarter-final day. Of course, in the singles, it's been all very quiet. The seeds taking their places and looking very good. But in doubles, of course, mayhem as the top three seeds dumped out of the tournament in the early rounds. All of 6'6", a very light 87, and does have a career best number 9. Couldn't stay there though. Ended 2012 at 15. Was born in Medjugorje in Bosnia-Herzegovina, and otherwise, of course, from Croatia, but lives in Monte Carlo. Can't blame him.
By the way, Medjugorje, which I visited, a beautiful city, a very religious significance as well. And, my wife and I visited Medjugorje. It's a wonderful, wonderful statue of the Blessed Virgin Mary up there, and has tremendous religious significance for Christians.
Well, learn something new every day. Must have enjoyed that trip. Avignon, France is where Benoit PAIRE comes from. Just an inch shorter, but still very tall at 6'5", and of course a full 7 kilos lighter. In fact, his nickname is Le Tigre, which is something akin to a straw or whatever, being rather slim. Career best of 41, but he is in the top 50, one of the biggest improvers of 2012. Let's see whether he can carry on that form. He was incredible against Dudi Sela, Vijay, where, I mean, who expected him to go down 6-1, 6-love?
Especially after he beat Rajiv Ram 6-4, 6-1 in the first round. So it looked like Dudi Sela was playing very well, which is what Rajiv said as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how Benoit PAIRE fares against the former champion here. But obviously in fine form, people starting to enter the stadium. And CILIC started a bit slow in his second round match. And against Serge Strykovsky of the Ukraine, he lost the first set 6-4, then came back very strongly. And here he is in his previous match. He's played some solid tennis in the second and third sets to close out the man from Ukraine. Some good tennis here in this match, in the closing stages of it, especially in the third set. A couple of good pickups there from Strykovsky, showing his class at the net. And that was CILIC's convincing performance in sets 2 and 3 against Strykovsky. Here he is, live pictures again, warming up in his match today against Benoit PAIRE. So after his hard-fought victory against Strykovsky, the number 3 seed visited the stall of Aircel, the title sponsor of the Chennai Open. Marin CILIC, there he is at the Aircel stall in the Nungambakan Tennis Stadium, signing autographs and taking some pictures for fans, and yeah, he had a good time there doing his appearance. Title sponsor. He tried his hand at the video game as well while he was there. There you go. Yeah, enjoying himself. Hitting with the kids right in the stall. This was a lot of fun for the fans as well. You got live pictures again. There's your car sponsor for the week, the Aircel Chennai Open, the Volvo.
And I know that you have a very strong and old connection with that name all the way back to the early 70s.
Absolutely. Strong and sturdy car, known for its safety and luxury.
You went to the right person then.
So, as they finish up their warm-up here in this quarterfinal match, first of the 4 quarterfinals. Takes a lot, you know, Charu, for these players to miss that first round match because of a bye. You know, it gives them so much more just to play 4 matches to win the tournament as opposed to 5, like everyone does. Makes a big difference to the 4 seeds.
I suppose you can't grudge them either because they've earned their spot.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, and then some. Absolutely. They are the ones who sell the tickets as well, the top players.
There's also a lot of demand on their time, so it's not that life is always very easy when you make the top 10, 20 in any sport. Everybody clamoring for time and so many other commitments to meet. But that's the hazard of occupation. Family viewing, that's what the Aircel Chennai Open is all about. We're about to start on centre court. Match number 1, quarter-final action. Marin CILIC, having won the toss, selecting to serve. He banged in 14 aces against Stakhovsky. And that is likely to continue to an extent. Serving from, about 9 foot or so. Maybe more. I know that's an indication of things to come.
He started a bit slow yesterday. CILIC against Stakhovsky. I'm sure Bob Brett, his coach, has had a word with him about making a quicker start today. Good serve.
His third 3-setter on hard courts against Stakhovsky. Into the corner at 180. Another in the corner. Went against pattern though, because CILIC had always won the first set, went down to the second and won the third against Stakhovsky 2 times earlier. Yesterday, of course, he lost the opening set and we all wondered, but he came back magnificently in the next 2.
Game CILIC, first game.
Comfortable hold in that first game for the Croat.
So was the trip to Medjugorje a part of a longer tour or specifically just there?
Actually, I was in Croatia for a UN visit on behalf of the United Nations, visiting some of their programs in Split. and then we took a drive. There he is, Bob Bratt, the coach, very serious coach of Marin CILIC, who knows a lot about the game. He's been around. He's coached Becker, Ivanisevic, and a slew of top players.
15 love.
Had a wonderful trip by car from Croatia into Bosnia and on to Medjugorje, and absolutely a wonderful, wonderful trip.
30 love.
Good serve.
Well, that's a wonderful reply. 2 aces to begin with. I got lucky to get into Croatia and on a cruise, and the ship stopped at Dubrovnik, if you heard of that.
Very nice
Fabulous,
town. Lovely,
yeah.
lovely city on the sea.
And it's got this, I'm not so sure anymore, but 600-700-year-old old town, or the walled part of the town, which is in fantastic shape, considering how much damage there has been to that part of the world, you know, because of their internal strife. It was just wonderful to see it so well preserved.
Well, he drew him in very nicely. I was wondering whether the drop shot was going to be good enough.
15.
But Cilic was quite content going back up the line here. It was a little deep. He was there in plenty of time. Went up the line, right into that backhand pocket of Paire.
Forty, 30.
So 40-30 in the second game.
Yeah, Paire will be disappointed.
Deuce.
Even more so now.
Few more unforced errors coming off the backhand of this man.
Advantage Paire.
Good serve. He needed that one, didn't he? After those two backhand errors, 202 kilometers per hour.
Well, there seems to be little doubt at this early stage that he's going to give as good as he gets in terms of the serve. But as you said, if he can just cut those backhand errors down, they are dragging him back in almost all the rallies. Gone again. Well, I don't think Bob Brett's going to be particularly delighted.
One game all.
And that response by Cilic.
Well, this one wasn't good enough, but this one certainly wasn't good enough. Plenty of room, plenty of time for Paire to make the pass.
So after a little bit of a hiccup, Benoit PAIRE levels it at 1-1. Early stages of this quarter-final, and you'll have to favour Cilic only because of his consistency.
Love 15.
Good serve.
15-30.
Just missed timing that two-hander, Cilic. What a response there from Cilic.
30 all.
It's a good off approach there from Paire. This man coming up with the goods on a big point, 15-30 to 30 all. Another shank, this time off the forehand, gives Benoit PAIRE a break point.
Game pair.
So the first break of serve going in favor of the Frenchman.
2 games to 1.
2 games to 1 in the first set. We've been on court 9 minutes.
Time.
Well, certainly against form and expectation. And as you said, Vijay, I hope Marin CILIC is not trying to make a habit of trying to begin slowly. Broken in only a second service game. Of course, so much of the match still left.
Love 15.
Much better. 196 down the middle. Cilic gives it a long look, but it was well in. That's the way to do it. Getting everything right. Gave that plenty of top spin, of course. Chased it up. Nice, easy cross-court volley.
Well, as we've said many times before, a break is not a break till you hold. Now Benoit PAIRE here trying to consolidate the break in the third game.
40-30.
Paire does have a very easy no-fuss service action, Vijay. Delight to see, just no fuss at all. Stands there, goes for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Game pair.
Nice easy motion.
Leads 3-1.
Both times he's held on the first game point and broken Cilic on the first break point. So, once again, Cilic starting a bit slow in this match. 3-1 to the Frenchman.
Love.
Good serve at 196. Perfect spot for that serve.
30 love. $30-15.
Cilic would certainly be hoping to stay close enough to Paire in this set to see if he can get the break back.
40-15.
A couple of good serves to get him to 40-15 rather.
Game Cilic.
So Cilic holds on,
Paire leads
but it's the
3-2.
Frenchman, Benoit PAIRE, up front in this first set. 3-2 with the break.
Time.
Welcome back, day 5 of the Aircel Chennai Open 2013. The Nungambakkam Tennis Stadium, the home of tennis in the southern city of Chennai, the capital of Tamil Nadu, the southeastern coast of India. Local time about 5:30 p.m. in the evening.
15 love.
As the evening slowly settles over this lovely city. Enchanting Tamil Nadu, we call it. Visitors coming, a lot of sights to see in Chennai, of course, and then all over this magnificent state.
Mr. Cilic is challenging the call on the left baseline.
First challenge of the match.
Force call in.
It's well long.
Call is overturned. 15 all.
Yes, the good serve sets up the put away.
30-15.
Longest rally of the match so far.
30 all.
Cilic working hard to get the service break back in his favor. Get back on even terms. .30 all, 3-2. Not good enough. The approach shot was right in that
30-14.
backhand pocket of Marin CILIC. This one here, short return. He comes in, but he was covering the backhand side, and the down the line was safe and comfortable to get a break point. Yes, he almost gave up in that point there for some reason. He lost his footing in the back. Bob Brett, sigh of relief perhaps, after Cilic has broken back to make it 3-all in this first set.
Well, Bob Brett is keeping that sigh of relief very well hidden. Tends not to show any emotion at all. There we go. All part of the day's play. Get broken, break back.
Good old friend of mine, this man, taskmaster, very tough in the work area, like that comes from the old Harry Oppman mold from Australia, and very tough on the players. That's always a good shot, the off backhand from the deuce court.
Lock it in.
Yeah, the momentum of the server carries him to, say, an 11 o'clock position on the court, a little to his left. And then when the return comes back sharp to the right, it's always difficult to get back, as we just saw in the case of Cilic. And that's the way to come back.
Challenging the call on the right center
A
serve
challenge
line.
by Paire.
Colin.
To me, without Hawkeye yet, looks like it might have clipped the line, but we'll find out. Ooh, Paire was right. Just millimeters out.
Second serve.
Good decision.
That's it. Took that early, and a
Lafferty.
very punishing return of serve from the Frenchman. And look at him moving inside the baseline beautifully, giving Cilic no time.
Oh, Cilic has a couple of things to think about at love 30.
Caught the tape and goes wide. And Benoit PAIRE coming back strongly, looking for another break of serve here. 3 break points at 3-all.
Nearly did get there, pair, on the stretch. Luckily for him, that one sailed long, but he still has a couple of break points. Tough going for the third seed. Already looking a little wary.
He went for broke, didn't he? The first one, Cilic was lucky to get it back.
I'm not so sure Paire expected that back, and he was a step slow, thinking, wow, I've hit a winner here. It's not going to come back, is it? But it came back and was pretty deep.
So trading a couple of service breaks. It's Benoit PAIRE in the driver's seat now. 4-3 with the break of serve. He will serve with new balls.
Time.
Well, the Frenchman breaking back again, showing a lot of ability. Of course, it is the first tournament of the year, and at times upsets do occur, but we've been fortunate to have all 4 of the top seeds move into the quarterfinal. That's where Cilic has been playing plenty of short deliveries, shorter returns, and Paire maybe a touch longer on an average.
15 love.
Cilic seemed to be in fine shape physically, and as you mentioned, Vijay, maybe it's just personal style to be a little sluggish to begin with and in a sense conserve. But who wants to go to the third set?
15 all.
Very deep return. Paire unable to move out in time.
Oh. 30-15. Oh. 40-15.
Oh, cut the line. Good strong hold. Ace down the middle at 196 by Benoit PAIRE. Leads 5-3. And Cilic staring at going one set down in this quarterfinal. But we know he has tremendous fighting abilities. Doesn't throw in the towel easily. Marin CILIC. Pretty steep mountain to climb to try and first, of course, stay in the set and then try and break Paire again. Game 10.
50 love.
Good start.
Love.
getting to be a repeat of that first set in this second round match that Cilic played against Tarkovsky.
More 11.
200 even. That first service right down the tee. Good field though, right idea, off the front foot, just a bit off on the execution, but keeps someone like Cilic thinking. When we come back, it'll be Paire serving for the first set, 5-4.
Time.
Well, Paire is seeded 5, which is only 2 below Marin CILIC. I suppose his star is on the upswing. Benoit PAIRE comes in with a lot of confidence earned in 2012, including, of course, his first career final at Belgrade. Oh, not ever. Who needs a double?
Always tough to serve for the set, isn't it?
Oh,
dear.
no!
Oh dear.
Lafette.
Funny things happen on the way to serving for the set.
Well, you know, I've noticed, especially when you're the lower ranked player, almost as if there's a sense of disbelief. Am I really going to win this? Can I? But of course, the better ranked players, the stronger players, handle adversity very well.
Well, just when it looked like Cilic was going to generate more pace, he made the error. But almost waiting for Paire to make the mistake. Cilic.
Yeah, he played a very careful waiting game, did Cilic. And luckily for Benoit, he hung tough. Still not completely out of trouble, though.
Two errors.
Too much, yeah.
One in the net, one wide there off the two-hander, Cilic.
That's how the mind sometimes plays tricks, saying, well, I must not dump this into the net, must give it a little more because of the previous error. You'd almost see the mind working, saying, not into the net, Cilic, not into the net, and then you give a little too much.
That's beautifully played by Paire. The wide serve was a good return, but look how nicely Paire hits this half volley from inside the baseline. Not an easy shot. Used the pace of the Cilic forehand there to get himself a set point.
got down nicely on his knees to play that, despite being 6'5". Oh, what a reply. Yeah.
We've made 2 backhand errors in this game, but that one was superb.
And at set point.
Look at the way he directs his backhand so nicely. Nice shoulder turn, good lean into the ball. Deuce. He had to play 3 good balls, but he did, Paire.
Advantage, Paire.
Cilic muttering to himself about not being able to get to that ball. Set point number 2.
It was a point very well played by Benoit PAIRE. No!
First set, Paire.
Gave it a little too much. And Benoit PAIRE, the 5th-seeded Frenchman, in what could be called a minor upset for the moment, takes the first set over the 3rd seed Marin CILIC, 6-4.
That's fair. You're not here on Monday, huh? Yeah. They are honoring this guy, you know. How good is this guy? Yeah. Just quieter, you know, less show. Very different. Anything inside you would know about it. Just kept the tradition of the high pass in Illinois, which is basically a lot of outside play. So both outside off, faces it off.
Marin CILIC going down in the opening set, as he did in his previous match to Stakhovsky. He did break back once, though, and just was unable to do so again. Benoit PAIRE, well played. We've got to say, hung tough. Started out with more errors, but eventually was more consistent. You can see the first serves. Count those as 4 aces for PAIRE. The first serves finding the corners. The second, typically more conservative. Here we go. A quiet start to the opening set. A couple of drop shots tried by PAIRE, and not very cleverly returned by CILIC. PAIRE with a pass. Some pretty heavy hitting. And lots of running by Benoit. Lovely volley to finish that point. Big serving by both. And here is the final point of forehand, just wide.
First set, Paire.
CILIC will be very disappointed.
6-4.
Not just at losing the opening set, because now, of course, it's uphill. He's got to win the next 2. But in the manner that he's sprayed some of his shots.
CILIC to serve.
I suppose almost 50-50 in terms of unforced errors off the forehand as well as the backhand. I'll have to tighten his game. Can't fault his serving, though. And he will begin the second set. That's exactly what he does not need. No hurry, has plenty of time to construct a better point, rather than going for the big forehand from not such a good position so early in the rally.
Oh! 15-all.
So about 36 minutes that first set. This man won 6-4, 1 break of serve. Sort of similar to the Stakhovsky win in the first set against CILIC. moved forward, gave him something to think about. Yes, well done. Nicely done by Cilic. Must be a bit worried, this man, Bob Brett. One of his favorite plays in the ad court, and this one up the line. Nice shoulder turn into that backhand.
Game Cilic. First game, second set.
So winning the first game of the second set, having lost the first, Marin CILIC is in for another tough three-setter should he win this match, or at least look to win it. Remains to be seen. This first quarter-final, you're watching live coverage of the Aircel Chennai Open 2013, coming to you from the Nugambakam Tennis Stadium in Chennai, on the southeastern coast of India. Beautiful beaches, lovely temples, tremendous culture and magnificent food.
Unfortunately, Benoit PAIRE served right then, or I was waiting for the enchanting Tamil Nadu.
Enchanting Tamil Nadu, there you go. Well done.
Love.
Once again, just so loose. He had plenty of time to line that up, and one of his favorite shots is that off forehand, so particularly disappointed he couldn't keep it in.
40 love.
Can't argue with that serve.
Halt.
Well, that drop shot didn't quite make the net. Very tough to play a drop shot off the back foot there. Perhaps as soon as he struck it, he knew it was the wrong shot selection.
All I can say is that you can try that at 40 love only.
Anything can happen after that. 40-30.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that should we say, very underhit drop shot was on his mind when he was saving the next point. Must be saying, what did I do? What? Come on.
Oh, well done. Picked up that slice from Cilic beautifully. Benoit PAIRE. Coming up this ball beautifully. The slice here from Cilic. Stayed low, but look at him. How nicely he rolls that backhand up the line over the high part of the net.
It wasn't such an easy shot. The ball was low. He's a tall man, but he controlled it beautifully.
So yesterday against Tchaikovsky, Cilic got off to a 3-love lead in the second set. Not today.
Love 15.
Not again. Yeah, Cilic busy muttering to himself again, as he should. Consecutive errors. That forehand of his, which is normally such a weapon. There was no hurry. On account of a very unforced error.
Oh, I say. Magnificently struck backhand up the line of the Cilic second serve. This one here, look at the way he moves forward, cuts it off nicely. Smacks it straight up the line for the winner. Cilic not even making a move. Once again, the Cilic serve under the gun, love 30.
Out. 15-30.
Pretty good serve out wide, 182, cut the pace, got the angle.
Paire challenging the call on the right baseline. Ball was called out.
Well, that's a good 30 meters away for Benoit PAIRE, and
Call standing.
understandably
15-30.
Hawkeye proved him wrong.
Another
40.
clear unforced error of the Cilic forehand.
Challenges remaining.
Gives the Frenchman 2 chances to break. But too good. One of Cilic's best points of the match.
You could see him digging deep on that forehand of his, made no error, kept piling on the pressure. That's his favorite shot, and fabulous backhand to finish it off.
Well struck backhand, saves 1 break point. Still 1 left.
Deuce.
2 good deep backhands.
It's easy to say in retrospect, but you can just sense more resolve on the face of Cilic. Dug himself out of what could have been a very damaging hole.
Makes no mistake with that one, but there might be a challenge.
Advantage Chile.
Nope. No challenge there. No question on that forehand down the line. 3 points in a row.
Chile.
It's incredible. Incredible.
Well, he uses that drop shot at the most unusual times, I must say, because even we don't see it coming off the back foot.
Except that I wish he'd make it. There's no question that Cilic reacts always a little late because it's so cleverly disguised, but just has been unable to make it. Another double.
So, a shot selection error in the first point, a double in the second point, and suddenly, from having had 2 break points in the previous game on the Cilic serve, this man is down love 30.
You know, following a pattern, because in the previous game too, if you remember that drop shot that didn't work out, followed with a double.
15-30.
And then an ace.
Oh. That's a fine second serve, though. Very
Next, the serve.
brave.
15-14.
It's 2 errors there off the drop shot from Benoit PAIRE. And now it's Cilic with 2 chances to break for 3-1. He's won 7 of the last 8 points, this man. Wonderful clean hitting of the ball by the Frenchman, corner to corner, and it was Cilic clearly on the defensive here, and then beautifully struck cross-court winner.
How well he moved into it. Everything perfect. Have a lot of confidence. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Unlucky for PAIRE. A lucky break there for Cilic on break point.
3-1.
Could have easily been down a break, couldn't he? Now suddenly it's Cilic with the break of serve.
The thing is about those drop shots that he continues to miss. It's great for a change-up, and it does make the guy playing deep on the baseline, your opponent, think quite a bit about when is it going to come next. But one, you have to make it. It looks very silly if you don't. And the level of precision involved in using the drop shot as a winner is just so difficult. Because most of these guys tend to run down the drop shots, and all of a sudden then you're on the defensive.
Especially on the hard courts, the ball bounces up.
Love. 30-15.
Clearly Cilic surprised by that return. A little unorthodox from PAIRE.
It's a ball hard, Benoit PAIRE. So unless you really are prepared or take an early backswing, it's hard to get it back in play.
Whoa!
40-30.
First outburst we've heard from PAIRE. Not that we had any choice. I think people heard about half a mile away.
Suddenly, Cilic is making all the balls from corner to corner. Errors have been cut down, and he consolidates the break of serve. 4-1, second set. Quick change of shirt here for the Frenchman. It is a bit of a humid evening, I must say. Less breeze than normal, but still a fine evening to watch tennis. Playing gets to be a little bit more humid, so they try to hit some more. Change of shirts here. First serve, there it is. This is where Paire has been hitting returning serve. First serve from well behind the baseline, and then the second serve he's moved forward quite a bit to be able to make the return.
Ball was called out. Ball standing. Mr. Cilic is challenging the call.
So the ball is called wide, the Cilic return, and he will challenge the call as well. Half the ball caught the line, so it'll be declared a winner. It'll be love 15.
Out. 15-all. Mr. Paire has one challenge remaining.
Plays that half volley very well, Paire, but sometimes looks a little bit more casual than he should, perhaps. Tipsarevic waiting to play the second match on center court after this one.
30-all.
There he is on the left, Janko Tipsarevic. Good serve.
40-30.
So 1 hour on the clock. This match. Once again, he hasn't made that one in a while. I guess he likes to play the drop shot, Paire, but he's really lost a lot more than he's won with it.
Advantage, Paire.
Oh dear.
Deuce.
So struggling here to hold serve. Sixth game.
Body language is not looking too good, is it? Don't want to make too much of body language, but it's just nice to be springy and it's just awful.
Advantage CILIC.
Almost like he's given up on this set. He says, all right, let's try and come back in the decider.
He would have to if he loses the serve.
Deuce.
He went for it and made it.
Advantage pair.
Just a wonderful angle found by Benoit PAIRE. And CILIC stranded.
Next, the serve.
I tell you, I love the way he plays. He's so casual sometimes, but that's his game. Benoit PAIRE, very talented young man.
At this stage of this match, in a
Advantage.
must-hold situation, you expect him to be a little more focused. There was a nice serve, and gets CILIC muttering now.
Deuce.
Longest game of the match, this.
And yes, it's a wonderful evening in Chennai. The temperatures are much more manageable now, but they weren't when they started out, so this would be quite sapping.
Advantage
That
CILIC.
was just a tired shot. CILIC did all the running. Just too ambitious by PAIRE. Unless the timing was off, he's caught it badly. You can almost see him visibly wilting, PAIRE. And then he comes up with a great serve, but unfortunately, no follow-up. And he's broken once again. And CILIC leading 5-1 in the second. Similar story to the Stakhovsky match now, with this handsome lead in the second set. But really it was PAIRE somehow wilting more than CILIC playing better. I'm not so sure. You, Vijay?
Yes, and it was 2 breaks of serve in the second set against Stakhovsky, though the scoreline was 6-2. But here it's also 2 breaks of serve against PAIRE after losing the first set 6-4. So, Bob Brett, what do you think, buddy? Is he more relieved or what?
Well, he's probably telling himself, not bad, but certainly not good. Shouldn't have gone on in the opening set.
Serving to make it 1 set all.
love.
I can't believe that Benoit PAIRE is not in as good a shape as Marin CILIC, who is showing less ill effects of the weather or the bruising physical contest here. PAIRE suddenly looking a lot weaker physically, going for it, going for broke.
The right shot, executed beautifully by Cilic.
30 love.
Not quite a drop shot, but it was a short slice.
You know, he played a similar shot. Was it earlier in this set, or I'm forgetting when? And Paire ran it down quite easily and hit a winner of it. This time, several steps too slow. And physically, I think it's getting to Paire.
So some fine serving there from Marin CILIC. Some variety off the backhand. Gives him 3 chances to make it 1-all.
Game second.
1 hour and 7 minutes. We are into this quarterfinal match.
Game 2-1.
And Marin CILIC, 2 breaks of serve in the second set. It's 1-all.
Number 3 seed Marin CILIC, twice winner here at the Aircel Chennai Open 2009 and 10, has made a strong statement here, coming back in the second set, 6-1. And Benoit PAIRE somehow wilting, his body language not good. That final point, an ace by Marin CILIC in the second set. PAIRE was actually walking back to the bench before the ball hit the ground. I'm only kidding on that, but PAIRE certainly feeling the heat and the pressure here. Good for the tournament that Marin CILIC has come back strongly. And Vijay Amritraj alongside me, Charu Sharma, had suggested earlier that Marin CILIC is a slow starter. Maybe that's the only problem. He's looking much stronger now. There's no doubt that CILIC is completely aware now of PAIRE's ability. They are playing for the first time together, and he will be wary. Can't give too many loose points. It was a strong rally, but that short reply, CILIC didn't have to do too much, and you can see how PAIRE seems to be struggling physically. No call by the linesman, but the chair umpire had a very good look at it. Is quite happy to call it out, but PAIRE challenges. Yeah, well out, Benoit PAIRE. Second serve. I can understand his frustration. Physically a little exhausted. There's a certain devil-may-care attitude now, encroaching into PAIRE's play. It was such a wonderful recovery earlier on by PAIRE. But not such a clever finish to that point. So Cilic once again in a favorable position here.
50.
Magnificent scream by the Frenchman. That double fault. 2 break points now for Cilic. And he doesn't need any more. Finishes it on the very first, breaking the 5th seed Benoit PAIRE in the opening game of the decider. Cilic is on the move, and we dare suggest Benoit PAIRE is desperately searching for the form that he had in that opening set. All sorts of devils in his mind, and it does look like physically he's not 100% at the moment. One thing to have a casual style of play, and another when you take it one step forward and keep swinging away at everything, trying to end the point early, perhaps because of his physical condition, but he should be in reasonable shape. He's only 23.
Well done. Got around to that backhand very nicely.
15 love.
He was under the defensive here, Cilic, right there, but then gets to this one nicely.
Mr. PAIRE is challenging the call on the left service line.
PAIRE once again challenging. I think he has only 2 left for the moment. If, yeah, you can see the exhaustion on his face. That is wrong.
Second serve. (30-15).
That worked out all right. Is that correct request for a call? Going to inspire Benoit PAIRE. Needs some inspiration from somewhere. PAIRE.
Oh. 30-15.
Well, that was right under the chair umpire's nose, so he'd have seen that. But PAIRE was tempted to ask for a decision review again. Yes, well wide. Didn't ask for it though.
(40-15).
Always a good shot to play behind your opponent.
Release 2 games to love.
So, amazingly, it's turning into a repeat of the Strakovsky match. 4-6, 6-1, 2 love, early break of serve for Cilic.
Just a short while back to illustrate that Benoit PAIRE may not be feeling 100%, or should we say feeling the heat. There he is after challenging, resting on the Rado timer.
50 love.
Gonna catch his breath. And he is trying to shut out the point as quickly as possible. If he's in a good position, that is, Paire. That's unfortunate because he did play some very good tennis in the opening set, relatively speaking.
Love. 30-15. $40-15. Game Paire.
Yeah, well done. Good service game there by the Frenchman.
2 games to 1.
He still looks a bit weary, this man. 2 games to 1. Cilic with the break of serve. Final set.
Time.
Two games to 1. Marin Cilic in the final set. Getting to be a repeat of that Stakhovsky match. We keep saying that, but this is exactly what happened. Cilic took a while with 1 break of serve, dropped the first set, won the second with 2 breaks, and now an early break in the third.
Well, let's analyze this. Is it just physical? Is it consistency on ground shots? Is it the will to win? What is propelling Cilic forward and what's holding Paire back?
Well, I think Cilic has just played better tennis in the second set from the first set, where he made a lot more unforced errors. Again, last in the Stakhovsky match, he made 42 unforced errors, most of them coming in the first set. And it's been sort of a similar tale here. Picked up his game in the second nicely. Can he stay a break ahead as we go through this final set?
15.
Well, Paire looks quite distraught. Did look a little long.
Mr. Cilic is challenging the call on the right.
Cilic decides to challenge. Remember, 3 unsuccessful challenges each set. Yep, well long.
15-30.
Gives Paire a bit of a breather during the middle of the game. I just think with Benoit Paire, it seems a little more physical in this third set particularly. Ever since the start, he's been just a little slow. And yet, as I say that every once in a while, he'll play a brilliant rally and come out on top.
Oh! 15-14.
He caught the line with a two-hander, very flashy backhand from Paire. Suddenly it's 2 break points for Paire, but there is a challenge here.
Well, I think it was well in. No challenge, and it was well in. And what a marvelously struck backhand cross court. He gave it everything, threw everything at it. He missed one a couple of points ago.
Oh, that's too good. 2 clean winners off the Cilic second serve.
2 games all.
1 cross court and 1 off backhand in the deuce court. Gets him back to 2 games all in this final set. He's a very flashy player, isn't he, Paire?
There's a touch of desperation to those 2 shots. A little bit of anger, frustration. And here's that inside out backhand. Brilliant, well inside. And at such pace.
Got lucky there.
Love 15.
But whatever. Oh, man himself.
What a
Big throw.
wonderful looking commentator that is.
And look at the mane on top of that man. Oh, yes.
15 all.
Element of disguise. Cilic thought he did a pretty decent backhand. And perhaps he thought that was sailing wide, but of course it was well in. Cilic's turn now to vent his frustration. Well, it was a regulation backhand.
It's
15. Game fair.
Well, free-flowing tennis there from the Frenchman. Bit of frustration on the face of the Croat. But the Frenchman is back in business. It's on serve. 3 games to 2. Final set.
Time.
So a mini comeback from Benoit PAIRE after being down a break of serve 2-love in this final set. PAIRE comes back to 3-2, back on serve.
And the strange thing is that all of a sudden he doesn't seem to be wary anymore. A spring in the step of the Frenchman, Benoit PAIRE. And it's Cilic who walked back slowly to the bench and has a little bit of thinking to do.
Always a bit of a disadvantage serving behind in the final set.
It did seem to hit the corner.
Challenging the call on the left
And
near
Benoit
sideline.
PAIRE challenges.
Ball was called in.
Seemed to hit the corner. Well on target.
Call stand, 15 love. Mr. Paire's one challenge remaining.
Yeah, that's a bit of a problem now for Benoit PAIRE. Has only one challenge left. Needs to save it for what could be a critical moment later on. Well done. Those overheads can sometimes be a little tricky. He caught that well. Like I said, they can be tricky and a little embarrassing on centre court when you miss what people expect is an easy overhead. Never that easy.
Yes. The cross court was wide open. Cilic paid the price by going up the line with a two-hander. This one here wasn't quite good enough from outside the alley. And then Benoit PAIRE had the cross court. So 30 all at 2-3. Big point here. Ooh, overruled from the chair.
Yeah. And the challenge straight away by Cilic. Was close, must admit. Well long.
Now, how would the linesman miss that?
Well, a possible answer is, how would a linesman miss that the same way that Cilic missed the overhead? He just makes some mistakes along the way. Hot and tiring for everyone. And just one challenge remaining for both the players in this final set. Benoit PAIRE seems to have found some second wind from somewhere. A lot more focused now.
Yes, a bit of struggle, but Cilic holds on. 3 games all, final set. All square after an hour and 30 minutes of this match. You're watching live coverage of the Aircel Chennai Open 2013. First of the quarterfinals. Coming up, Ghost Soweda and Janko Tipsarevic.
Love 15.
Good second.
15 all.
Yes, and he came in nicely. Forced the error.
30-15. Oh, 40-15.
Now that's what he was doing in the opening set, missing these regulation inside-out forehands. He said before his favorite shot. Such a fine return. Set himself up with plenty of space in the ad court. Missed it by a big margin. That deserves a mutter or two.
Game pair.
Well done. Benoit PAIRE. Also a 30-all game, but
Pair lead.
holds on for 4-3 in this final set. On serve.
Time.
Good for the fifth-seeded Frenchman. He is back. And of course, that spells a little bit of trouble for our third seed, Marin CILIC, who has quite a reputation to protect here at the Aircel Chennai Open. Twice winner, 2009 and 10. And as Vijay had mentioned earlier, never fun serving from behind, particularly in the decider. That's the responsibility now of Marin CILIC. He does have a good serve on him. Needs to ensure that he doesn't falter now.
Solid tennis set up by that first backhand return of serve. This is the one that did the damage. Got the shot response. And does everything right.
Fault.
There was a muted call from the linesman. Wasn't loud as it normally is, but CILIC takes it well.
Lap 30.
Another very aggressive return from PAIRE.
There's no question that he's found second win. And leapt into that return. He's made several off that ad court on the backhand, sometimes cross court. This one up the line. Looking more focused. The frustration's gone from his face, his demeanor.
Oh, I say! That certainly was a marvellous shot under very, very severe pressure. Good volley here, tough spin lob over the backhand side. But this one, toughest shot in the game, that. The high backhand smash, struck to perfection.
Deserves that repeated fist pump. He knew it was a tough one to make and he made it well. Not just send it back, but a winner.
30 all.
Body serve in the right spot.
Ball, please.
Ooh,
30-40.
that could be an expensive error from Marin CILIC to give this man a chance to serve out the match.
He made a few of those in the opening set. A reminder of why it went wrong for Marin CILIC. Maybe he got a little too close to it, but he did spray it well wide. Needs a big first serve here.
Well done. Aggressive backhand up the line again. This time making it well.
It was a good serve. I wonder what he was thinking when he was trying to make that backhand up the line. His hands may have been shaking from the memory of the previous shot, but he made it well.
Made him go for it.
That is his favorite shot. Played 3 inside out forehands in a row, and just kept piling on the pressure, making Benoit PAIRE wonder, is he going to go up the line or not?
Game CILIC.
Yes, tried to force it a bit too much. PAIRE. And CILIC gets away after being down a break point. 4 games all. Final set.
So after 1 hour and 40 minutes, 1:39 on the Rado clock, it's now a final test of character for the 5th seed Benoit PAIRE. He's had a wonderful 2012, getting into the top 50. An opportunity today to show that he continues to be one of the most improved players on the tour. Critical game. Who is going to raise the level?
He went back to the forehand corner. CILIC.
Ladies and gentlemen, please do not shout during play.
And
Very annoying for players.
Benoit PAIRE making no mistake with the pass. This one in the corner there. And he goes cross-court yet again. He was waiting for it.
Another weak backhand by the 3rd seed. Good return by CILIC. And again looked super casual by Benoit PAIRE. It might fool you into thinking he doesn't care, but of course he does. Good pressure by Benoit PAIRE.
40-15.
CILIC on the stretch. And he had caught 3 shots in a row and eventually wilted. So just a point away from 5-4, and wouldn't that be fantastic for the Frenchman's confidence?
Next. Mr. Cilic is challenging the ball
challenge.
on the left sideline.
Cilic thought maybe that went wide of the sideline. And it is just a millimetre or so away from the sideline, so second serve. Is he going to challenge that? No, he doesn't. So Paire stays on course, stays on serve in this final set. The Frenchman leads 5-4. We're on serve, and Cilic will come back to try and stay in this final set. What a comeback of sorts for Benoit PAIRE in this decider. Going down 1-6 in the middle set. And showing lots of grit, determination, character to come back. In the third set, we're on serve. There will be plenty of pressure on Marin CILIC, our third seed. Well, we know he has a serve that can bail him out of a couple of tight situations. Well played by Cilic. Always favoured to win that point after a decent serve. Oh, he makes it. Cilic didn't go for it, thinking he'd a decent winner. And Benoit PAIRE dug deep and just about hit the line on that backhand up the line. There we go, catching just a bit. Gosh, that was a close call. A good time to hit an ace. Out wide at 187. And the FedEx speed gun. He's digging deep. Former two-time champion. Quite a favorite with the crowd here, Marin CILIC. Again, PAIRE leaping into that backhand cross court. And, well, he's made a few spectacularly, and he's missed a few. 50-50 on that return. And another race as Marin CILIC holds.
5-all.
Soaking in a lot of pressure, the third seed. 5-all in the decider. Tense moments here. The quarterfinal of the Aircel Chennai Open 2013. Bob Brett still showing no emotion. Must be a million thoughts in his mind about his ward, the third seed. Huge error by CILIC, came out of nowhere. What a casual half volley pickup by Paire earlier on in that point.
Ball, please.
Just a terrible, terrible time. No time is good, but that in this 11th game, you don't want to give any free points away. Well played, Paire. Nice soft hands of the net. And even though CILIC ran this one down, couldn't do too much with it. Paire anticipating well. Plenty of space on court to put the ball back.
Oh! 40-15.
Loose by CILIC. Well, the Frenchman has really picked up his game, and I'd say he's even favorite right now. Well played, plenty of disguise and pace on that shot. Benoit PAIRE holds once again. He's piling on the pressure. CILIC will have to come back once again to try and serve and stay in this final set to take it to a tiebreak.
Won't stop running down.
Time.
An hour and 50 minutes. This quarterfinal match on centre court, the first match of day 5 at the Aircel Chennai Open. And for the second time, Marin CILIC will serve to stay in the match. 5-6. Trying to force the winner there, CILIC. The error. Well, that certainly is a glorious return from the Frenchman. the way he moves forward nicely here, and then a short backswing delivers. Very aggressive return off the forehand. Love 30, 2 points away from an upset.
Out.
Oh, just long.
Mr. Paire challenging the call on the left baseline. Ball was
Got one
out.
challenge left, he's going to use it. But I think it was a bit long. Yes, it was clearly long.
Ball standing. 15-30. Mr. Paire, no more challenge remaining.
He has no more challenges, but if it goes to a tie break, he'll get one more. Once again, it's the pace of the Paire forehand that provides the error from Cilic. And after an hour and 53 minutes, this Frenchman has 2 match points against the number 3 seed. And he's got it.
Benoit PAIRE. 2-1. 6-4. 1-6. 7-5.
A very frustrated and disappointed Cilic there. And there's the reaction from the winner, Benoit PAIRE. It's rightly excited and thrilled at his wonderful performance here tonight. Coming through in 3 sets after dropping the second set 6-1 and down 2-love in the third. Looked like he was done, but he came back very nicely, got a second wind and came back. Well, let's take a look at the stats here. Both percentages of first serves rather low, 48 and 57. Winners 24 for the Frenchman, 22 for Cilic. Unforced errors 32 and 29. Each of them won 4 break points. 4 breaks of serve. So fairly even, of course, all the way through, but it was the Frenchman taking the match to the Croat. Coming through there in an hour and 53 minutes this match, Benoit PAIRE of France taking out Marin CILIC 6-4, 1-6, 7-5. So let's go down to Charu with the winner.
Thank you, Vijay. Benoit, we'll just make sure that everybody's hearing this. Now they are. Fantastique, ça va?
Oui, ça va très bien, merci. No, yeah, it's fantastic. Public is very sympathetic. Everything is perfect. This tournament is so good, and I played my match like I wanted, and it's perfect for me.
This is the first time you're coming to Chennai, right?
No, I was here last year.
Yeah, what you're making winning a bit of a habit now. Last year, fabulous improvement. This year, any goals? Maybe a top 20? Because you certainly got the game.
Oh, no, I don't have a really objective, but I'm going to try to do my best, and we will see what happens. I'm already really happy to be in semi-final to Chennai, and if I can be top 30, top 20 at the end of the year, it will be perfect.
Of course it will be. What happened in the middle set? Because you're looking really tired, like the weather had gotten to you. Physically, you didn't seem 100%. Of course, you somehow found second win and came back in the final set. What happened in the middle?
Yes, the weather is not good. It's very hot today, and Marin is a very good player. And you know, for me, when I play against him, I have a lot of pressure, and I won the first set, but I have break point in the second at the beginning. After he plays so good, and physically it was more difficult, but he it's normal. He's so good player. He's top 20, and for me, it's formidable.
You know, a lot of people in Chennai, you'll be surprised, and around Chennai in Pondicherry, actually speak French. So go ahead and wish everybody a happy new year or whatever you want to in French. They'll be happy to hear it.
Je vous souhaite une très bonne année, bonne santé, et que tous vos rêves se réalisent.
See what I mean? They loved it. Ladies and gentlemen, Benoit PAIRE moving through to the semi-final in 3 sets today. Congratulations, and back up to you in the box.
So Benoit PAIRE coming through very nicely there in 3 sets and truly excited. Well, he's not going to be able to get it up there, but he did. Good connect there from PAIRE. Well done. Not easy to do that the first time around. Well done. Having a bit of fun there. Well, let it go. They're fighting over the towel that was thrown into the stands. It's just a towel. I mean, seriously. Let the youngster have it. No, wasn't going to let go. Anyway. So, some wonderful tennis to open up the quarterfinal lineup. And this is what's coming up. The second match on center court, Go Soeda of Japan against Janko Tipsarevic, number 2 seeds. This is what's coming up. Aircel Chennai Open, day 5 of these championships.